Welcome to my first ASMR video. Today I will be showing you my Washburn guitar. This guitar was originally gifted to me from a good friend named Shane. He originally bought it for my birthday, but did not give it to me until a year later. It was a very nice gift of him, but he did not give it to me on my birthday. But I will still take it. This guitar is traditionally seen with many metal acts, but I find myself playing soft music on it as well. This guitar comes with a whammy bar. Whammy bars are cool because they can make the sound bend and wiggle, kind of like spaghetti. It's really nice to get a southern tone as well. I don't really like country music, but sometimes I find myself playing notes like old-time country songs. This guitar has 3 pickups. I'm not sure what type of pickups they are, but this is the switch that controls them. All the way up, I believe, means that all 3 are used at once to pick up the sounds of the strings. To my knowledge, I believe that there are magnets inside of here that sense the vibration of the metal nickel strings. These strings are coated. That means that my sweaty hands will not make them corrode, which I find is a problem, shortening the time I have to change in between strings. Here we have the volume knob. Right now, although I am plugged in, I am not in an amplifier that is on at the moment. That would be too loud for ASMR video. This knob controls tone. 1 through 10. 1 being a really soft tone that kind of sounds like your guitar is playing through a sleeping bag or perhaps marshmallows. 10 is very crispy. Very crispy. Can sound very metallic and sharp. I find myself somewhere around 7 or 6. I like this guitar. Although, I find certain chords don't sound nice through it unless you have a lot of distortion. This is a lightning bolt strap. Can be found in many common stores and isn't really cool at all. But I like the purple with the blue. This strap always reminds me of middle schoolers trying to play Metallica. So in a certain sense, it's kind of funny to me to wear it seriously. The reverse side is blue. I mean black. I will now show you what the back looks like. In the back we see springs. These springs control the whammy bar and make sure that it returns to its original tuning after you use it. This panel can be removed for repairs. This panel here holds electrical components. These components run the wiring and the sound to the amplifier. These are all carved from wood, and components are put in, making kind of a funny mixture of natural and unnatural. This is model X-10/MBL. I'm not sure if this is a rare or common model, but the Washburn Pro has been crafted since 1883, making it a very old guitar company. I would venture to say, starting in another country, perhaps. A common American guitar is Fender, but these guitars are now made in a combination of places, sometimes Mexico, or I imagine Asian countries such as China or Indonesia. The back of the neck is solid wood. The neck is separated from the body of the guitar and attached by these 4 bolts. These 4 bolts can be removed in order to repair things such as warping, which can happen if you leave your guitar in hot places, such as cars or attics. I'll now turn over. On the edge here, you may see a couple unfortunate scratches. It's very hard to keep a guitar in perfect condition, hence why so many are sought after for their mint qualities. On the side here, you'll see the input. This cord is put in. I'm not sure the type of cord this is, or what company makes it, but it looks somewhat cheap. Probably the one that came with the amplifier. Easy to go in and out. This nib on the end ensures that your cord stays plugged in and the connection is secure. This guitar is a little bit different from others in that the dots are off to the side, somewhat closer to the player, assuming you are a left-handed player. Right-handed player. This is a 24 fret guitar. Which is somewhat rare. Most guitars are 24 or 23 frets. I'm sorry, most guitars are 23, 22, or 21 fretted, which is interesting to have this many notes to be able to play. You never know you needed them until you had a guitar that had that many frets. And it makes it particularly nice. Although my amplifier isn't equipped well enough to pick up such high notes. I'll now flip the guitar to the other side. Here we see the head of the guitar. The head of the guitar is a unique shape. I like this shape right here. This shape allows me to pick it up quite easily, sometimes with just one finger. But my clumsiness has caused it to fall a couple times. So there's a little dent here. Probably will take off from the value of the guitar if I were to choose to sell it. But the next owner would have to take it for what it is. Here we see the 6 tuning pegs. These pegs can be turned left to right, making each string in tune, higher or lower. E string is the thickest, A string second thickest, D the third lowest string, and G the next highest string. B second highest string, and E again for the highest, thinnest string. Probably messed that up, but I believe that's what it is. This is called the bridge. This bridge has a chip in it, but the string holding integrity of it has remained, so I have not had to repair. I will not be playing any songs for you today. I like strumming this side of the bridge. Makes for a much higher tone, which I will now play for you with a pick from Sam Ash, Heavy. These picks are nice because they are quite firm, allowing me to play quite fast with no bending, little bending, but very heavy. Thickness is somewhere in the middle. Kind of a horror movie sound of suspense. But as a small child, I enjoyed that the most about my father's guitar. Kind of a harp quality to it, which was nice. Here we see the Washburn logo. Nice cursive font. Following along the curve of the logo and the guitar. I should have trimmed my strings. A lot of times these longer ends can be very sharp and prod and poke. I have yet to be stabbed very hard, but a couple of times I've stepped on them with my bare feet. It was not pleasant. My cats absolutely love the guitar strings, though. I feel they try to floss with them, or they kind of can pick up with their whiskers, since the high strings are a similar width to a cat whisker. But that is not a good pet owner of me to leave that out, since the ends are very sharp and could hurt their gum line, or perhaps their eyes or nose. So I make sure to wrap them up tight and throw them out correctly now. This concludes my first ASMR guitar video. Maybe I will show you the rest of my collection in future videos. Thank you.